That's right.
Yeah.
Keep it weird.
That is how you win championship.
Everybody has to be all in.
All in or
All in.
nothing.
Or just half in.
I mean,
Basically.
whatever you got that can be identified and collected has to be in.
Legit.
So if that's half of you, it's half of you.
Yeah. So this is part 2.
Part 2 of Mass Hysteria.
Esther didn't quit yet. We're hoping not to make her quit tonight.
Tia knows I like to act like the middle child of me comes out sometimes. So
It does.
sometimes
It's really funny though.
If I don't get my way, I do not like.
And the number
Esther.
one child of me
Esther's
knows
gonna
how
fit.
to control it and keep it under control and under wraps.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My little brother Enoch, shout out, said that last episode was fun because it was all over the place.
What was
Yeah.
last episode?
What part
What?
one?
What are you
What,
talking-
the
what are you-
fuck do you mean? You were here.
I'm sorry. I didn't know where we were at. Like, I didn't know it was
What?
uploaded and released already. I don't know why I wasn't tracking. I'm sorry. I've been really busy. This week fucking sucked.
I did.
It
I'm
was
gonna
my
put these
birthday
out like
too.
The Godfather. This is part 2.
Oh, R.I.P. Godfather.
Oh,
He passed away.
oh yeah, James.
So
Caan.
yeah, the actual Godfather. He
Yeah,
did.
I'm gonna watch 1 and 2 because 3's trash.
3 is trash.
God, 3's so hard.
1 is
What
the
if
best,
I've only
honestly.
seen
I don't even like
a
2.
collection of like maybe 45 minutes of all of them?
That's
Like
fine.
no, like
That's Goodfellas.
45 minutes
That's good.
total
What?
for Godfather 1, 2, and 3. Like I've watched maybe a total of 45
Oh,
minutes of
okay.
it all together.
You're not missing much in 3.
I didn't
No.
really feel like I was missing a whole
There's
lot.
there's a lot of filler.
Okay, that's good. All right, I'm good.
What about you? So I'm Esther.
Oh, I'm Rachel.
Theon, by the way. Well, now we're doing like a deep dive into Godfather.
Deep dive. Let's start
I
it
feel like
now.
Siskel and
I feel like that's another episode. Because if not, we'll just go on
That'd
a
be
tangent.
long ass.
yeah.
But
Talk
I mean,
about
yeah.
Star Trek and The Wire.
Oh my God, Theon's favorite.
The Wire is a good show.
It is a good show.
That's one of my favorites.
It is a good show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Theon.
You're welcome.
So part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Mass Hysteria.
Mass Hysteria.
So I'll go back in time a little bit because I only had 3 stories left beyond last time. Jesus.
No, it's Theon.
It felt a little.
It felt a lot. It
felt
was a
little
lot.
more than
It
3.
was a lot.
It's
But,
okay,
you know.
but that's why people get a part 2. You get double the dose of ridiculous.
You get Mass Hysteria
I'll go
Reloaded.
back.
Full
So
throttle.
we'll go back. Okay.
Right.
European witch trials.
Yeah.
Okay.
1450, 1750. A lot.
is.
Peaking in 1560 to 1630.
That's a lot of women
That's a lot of
who
women.
like maybe just had a rough day
Just
and were like,
women's-
I'm done with this wife shit. Like I gotta milk the cow, I gotta churn the butter, I gotta feed kids on titties, I gotta stand here. Like I'm like I get a bath once every 6 months if I'm not a fucking peasant. Like yeah, like no. I wanna be a wench.
Aren't women just like naturally just witches? Am
Yes.
I right? Am I right? But no, we're just kind of
Yes.
witchy in general.
Listen, do you want to cross
What?
me? Like, do
So-
you think about it now? Like, that's probably not a good idea. Like, if you ever have a thought like that where you're like, yeah, no, I probably don't want to cross that woman.
Yeah.
That's some witchy shit.
It's just
Women
like,
are on it. You
Which-
should know better.
witch trials are like like playing basketball with like a toddler and calling them for traveling. It's just like you just let some shit slide. It's like they're all kind of witches.
I mean, yes, you should totally recognize that. I feel like men who recognize that women can kind of be witchies. Witchies? Is that a word? Nope, it is
They're
today.
warlocks. Men
If-
that are witches.
No, I don't believe
Warlocks.
that. That's
Oh.
just ridiculous. I only believe in witches.
If I was
I'm trying to
the-
ask. I don't.
It only comes
do
from
not-
vagina.
It does. That's exactly it. It's a special angry woman power. Like I feel like you get it when you're like angry.
If I
Like
was
I
the-
can't think of any good witches.
If I was the defense attorney
Okay.
in the Salem witch trials, that's what I would bring up. It was like, Your Honor, aren't all of them just a little witchy?
Honestly, if I
The
was on the
defense
jury,
rests.
I would be
Magicianal.
like, yeah, no, he's right.
They all get acquitted.
He's
All of
right.
them got acquitted.
Yep. Or they all got hung and they had no
Too
More
bad.
likely that would be what happened. Every woman in the town gets hung, and then suddenly the men's are like,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, what do we do with our vaginas?"
Exactly.
That's not a smart idea.
Which straws you got to swing for the fence?
So during this time, Europe was going through their counter Reformation. So the Protestants came up and was like, yo, we're running it.
Right.
And Catholicism was like, yo, what the fuck though? Nobody believes our shit no more. And they were like, wait, no, we got to counteract this shit.
So they came up with witches?
So what? But there was like a religious war basically
Yeah, that makes
between
sense.
Protestant and the Catholics because they were like, we're better.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh.
Psh. Both of them said they're better.
Right.
Okay.
Both of them were like, yo, it's us. Which led, of course, to the 30 Years' War.
Wow.
A lot of wars.
So many wars.
30
A lot of
years?
wars due
So
to
that's only
Jesus.
10 more years than what we were in Afghanistan for. Just putting it in perspective, people. That's all I'm saying.
How did
Damn.
that was gonna come up?
Well, I'm sorry I'm passionate about that.
Rachel's passionate about war.
Passionate. Yeah, pretty much. I am passionate about war, just in general.
Just in all general. Also, there was a little ice age from the 1300 to 1850. So crops weren't growing as great, and a lot of famines,
Yeah.
a lot of diseases because of that.
Damn,
Temperatures were dropping, and everybody was like, "The fuck is this?" They weren't used to it. It wasn't like full like ice cap shit, but
It was a chilly bit.
still very chilly.
chilly bit.
Poverty, of course,
I mean, has
as
that
always,
changed?
is the number one drive.
Yeah.
For witch hunts. Convents closed, so a lot of women's
Just out
are out
without
who have
a
been
proper
like
chaperone.
impoverished,
You know, back
hardworking, but also old.
Yes. Well, I
And
was
not
gonna say,
marriageable age.
Well, and if they didn't have like a kid in the first like 2 years or something,
Mm-hmm.
like they were out. They would send them to the convents because
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, there's something wrong with
You're
your
not
vagina."
married. Yeah, you can't
Like it's you,
bear
and they would
children.
get accused of being witches too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
all that shistas. So during that, and well, I mean, we know about the witch trials. I'm not gonna get like deep into that shit. So like a lot of women's, some men's got accused, were prosecuted, tortured even for things like that, such as so I'm not going to get into like numbers or anything like that. This is just like reasons and issues about what's going on and why Europe did it first. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
Well,
Of
that's
course
why we
Europe did
never
it
do
first.
it. Like, listen, though, we don't set the
I mean,
trends
we're-
on good stuff. Like
they just brought it over.
Yeah. We put cheese on it.
So, yeah.
American cheese.
There was a rise of a lot of unwed women, as
Maybe
Rachel
we're
said,
tired of
that
this
didn't
shit.
have childrens and things like that. So it's just like, you know what? We're having a very like high cost of living, I guess. Things are raises are or like rates are going high AF. A lot of women's out here not bearing children's, not being married. What are we gonna do?
Overturn Roe v. Wade. Oh, too relevant. My bad. My bad.
We're gonna kill
Whoops.
them. We're gonna say they're witches and get rid of our issues.
Yeah.
And the a lot of older women were prosecuted and called witches, and a lot of that ties into they were unwedded and
Just ugly.
Just
a bunch
out
of
there.
fours. Just a bunch of fours.
I mean, Theon's stating facts.
Let's clear these
Like he
fours
really
out of the
is.
way.
Like we need it. They're eating too much
'Cause
they're
they're
not
making-
doing anything.
yeah.
They're making
pretty
brand
much.
new 19-year-old hotties every year. They come
Oh
off
my
an
God.
assembly line like a Cadillac. Every year there's a brand new one.
That's
Every year.
disgusting.
But true.
That's
Yes.
true.
Also.
But true, unfortunately. So there's an estimate of 50,000 that were executed.
Damn.
A
Sorry,
lot of
ladies.
fours.
And a lot of women's over the age of 40.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
a
fuck?
lot of the older
Well, it's a good
unwedded
Man, 40 though.
You're past
What do you
childbearing.
think they looked like back then? Like some of this is smoke and
they
mirrors.
looked rough. That's
Like
what
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying. Like
that's why
that's
they
some
was
rough
getting
living.
rid of them.
Because like
they're
their 40 is probably our 80,
80,
now
90,
in this
yeah.
year. Yeah. In like the 2020 era. Like, yeah. Because I mean, you
And there
were
were no
married off
fillers.
by like 12. You were like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
think
off.
Too, like, makeup
And you're
wasn't
dead
just
by
accessible
25.
to everyone.
Well, and it was made out of
Well,
different.
not even
like,
just
stuff,
makeup.
too. Like yeah.
like people were dying by like 25, 30.
Yeah, this is
So if
true.
you're like over 40 and you haven't bared any
you
children,
are a
you're
town
unwed, it's like, yo,
elder, though.
you are like, but you're also costly because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cost, like we have to pay
We have to
into
feed
you.
you.
Yeah. So
We don't want to
that's
feed
why.
your ugly ass anymore.
Those guys didn't have to deal with child support either, so they knew what was coming eventually.
And
They
see
thought it was-
that is why I would be a winch, because at least there is some control over your life in that. No fucking way, dude. They'd be like, "Would you want to marry me?" I'd
If
be
you
like,
had a witch,
"No."
if you had a witch that didn't bear children, and you're like, man,
Well, first off, I think most winches try not to bear children. That's like the secret sauce. Oh, gross.
Oh,
All
that's
right,
the
never
secret
mind.
sauce. Meh,
The
gross.
sauce.
I'm grossed out now.
So of course, mass hysteria, because of course, I mean, witches, alchemy, warlocks is kind of, I mean, like, not everybody does that shit. Like,
Wait.
that's not widespread.
Do you guys remember playing that game Alchemy, like in the like early 2000s? Oh, dude, it was on like
No.
Pop Games or something.
don't know.
It was my favorite game. I'm about to find it and play it again.
I need to
Okay,
watch
sorry,
it.
I
Or I need
got
to
a
look
little
at it.
distracted.
We'll
I
do
will
it.
find it.
Hey,
Some nerds know.
some nerds out there is like, yes, love that game. Oh my
you
God.
know,
But that's just all women are a little witchy. So if you say, "Hey, there's witches out here," and you see a woman doing witch shit, you're like,
Witch
What is
shit,
witch
quote
shit?
unquote.
"You know
Can you
witch shit."
define what witch shit is, please? I would like to know what
is
witch
witch
shit is.
I'm not gonna say it on like recorded
you
devices,
feel it
so all
right
you witches
now?
can come after me.
Do you feel it now?
This is a setup. That's what this is.
That's right. We're
look,
setting you up for our coven.
That's right. I'm not gonna talk about your witch shit. I just know that I know.
Just
That's-
know that you
just
might
know.
be feeling it now.
Just know
say.
that I know. I know what you
Do you
be
know
up
what
to.
Wow.
witch shit is? What's witch shit, Nate?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
see.
know that.
Listen, but I can tell you,
And that's why it's mass hysteria
Exactly.
because nobody
We
can
got 'em so
identify.
scared that they don't know.
Nobody
I think one of them
identifies.
is that like if you're a redhead, like they were like, no.
Oh yeah, definitely,
They
because
didn't-
they
they
thought
weren't
that
even
was
gonna-
the devil.
My poor
kiss.
baby. My poor baby. She'd be gone, and that's a shame because she is adorable.
She is
Not that I would have to hide her
Yeah,
because I don't want some creepy, like 35-year-old trying to get with a 14-year-old. That's just messed up. Medieval times are fucked up. Yeah, I'd have to be a wench. Back to that. So I didn't I wouldn't mind putting anyone else through it.
but not to be outdone, America had their Salem witch
Yep.
trials.
I want to go there.
Her-
I went
Toss.
there. It's pretty cool.
Did you? I really want to go. Like that's one
That's
of my like bucket list places. I really want to check it out.
It's definitely a sightseer, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go to like whatever forest that the Blair Witch people went to. I'm just gonna drive past it because I'm not actually going in.
I was like, what are we driving
past?
past? Why would you drive past it?
I mean,
It's
I'm gonna.
fake.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's just
No,
Wait,
they still
Rachel,
formed,
no.
They still filmed it in a forest.
Yeah, but
That had
the whole
spooky
shit was
stuff. Wait, the story
that
was
was
fake.
Right? No, Rachel, we're not getting
Stop,
into
we're not
this
doing
because
I
this.
this
knew
is a
that,
whole
but
nother
I thought
thing.
it was like okay, fine.
She thinks Candyman's real.
Stop. Like I don't think it's funny.
I mean, maybe.
Well, I
That's
just want
debatable.
everyone to know that I didn't say any of those words. So if some poor creature comes after me tonight, like it's someone else's
You have to
fault, and
say
I
it
would like to prosecute them
3 times.
through death.
Through all the deaths.
Yeah.
So ours happened, not to be outdone, 1692 to 1693. Very short lived.
yeah,
Well,
Just
we
because
don't
this
like
is the
fads.
Salem only. Like,
Yeah.
this wasn't like the widespread.
Yeah, they tried to make it a thing. It didn't
They
really
tried.
stick.
we have very short attention spans here.
Yeah,
Oh,
we do.
yeah. Even like back then.
It's like those witch trials are still going on. Still,
The what?
What?
I love those
That
witches.
seems ridiculous.
They make delicious soup.
You're so
might.
stupid, and they're trying.
200 people accused, 30 found guilty, 19 hung. 1 man was pressed to death.
Ooh, yeah,
Pressed.
yeah. I saw the stone
He
that
was
they
pressed.
used to press
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty
Because
fucked up.
that
Okay,
was
but
like one
hold
of
on.
one of the torture. Well, they
Mechanisms
wouldn't
of
say
the day.
torture, but one of the
Punishment.
not punishment, but the interrogation things that they would
flatten them
use.
with
So when
stones.
we went to
Yeah.
this
Fuck.
museum,
Because it's on the chest.
Oh, the
Yeah.
torture museum?
The
That
torture
was
museum,
awful. And
yeah.
I hated it. Like, I did not feel good going
I
there.
would say probably 1 out of 4 devices had to do with your butt.
Yeah, like impaling through like assholes or vaginas. Yeah, it was very disturbing. Like, see, they don't really talk about those things, but there were lots of like seats made for women where like spikes are straight up your ass and vagina. And like this shit was fucked up. Like I had to leave.
Lots
like
of
I was
nerve
done. I
endings.
need to bounce.
I mean,
like
they
it
had-
just felt evil up in that mud.
They had nothing better to control their thoughts with,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
murder
So
and like
they came up with ridiculous
fucked up
things
shit. It
like
was some fucked up
crushing.
shit.
Like they would
needed Jesus.
they would like lower the stone on your chest,
Yeah.
and like so then you can't take a deep breath.
So then you can't be
And
interrogated.
that's when you die. And well, I mean, that's why they thought you would say the truth, and that's why they thought he would say he was a warlock, really, because he's not a
what
witch.
is it? What like? See, and this is the stupid part. All right, so we're using a giant rock to squash people while we're asking them questions, expecting them to answer, and then if he admits he's a warlock, they're just gonna fucking drop the rock on him.
It's
I
like
mean,
a
like,
slab
there's
that
no
they lay on top
win-win.
of you.
Yeah.
And then if you are still fucking up, they just add more slabs.
Yeah,
Then splat.
Then
and then you can't breathe.
your
And-
ribs cave in and
That
Things
is
like
awful
that.
and terrible.
But what started this was 3 adolescent girls.
Yep.
mhm.
It's always the teen girls.
Oh
They're
man,
the worst.
They
Straight
really
from,
are.
Straight from hell. Straight from hell.
they had beyond the power of epileptic fits or natural disease to affect, quote unquote. So that was the fits that they began with.
So they had seizures.
Probably.
That's what it sounds like. Sounds like they might have had epilepsy and they had seizures. Were they related, perchance?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, not that. I mean, what is related back then?
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Weird.
So they said the main thing with the Salem witch trials is, of course, as always, religion, isolation, because like they didn't have any outside like forces
Contact.
or thoughts. It's not like they were. It was kind of like the M. Night Shyamalan,
The village.
The Village.
The village.
Yeah.
The Village. You're isolated. You believe whatever that the leader says. I mean, and then when you go outside, you're like, oh, that was bullshit. But in that moment, you're with all these people and they're saying this bitch is a witch. You're like, yeah, that bitch is totally a witch.
Like basically America.
No,
Like
I,
this works.
I think that's
for-
just human nature. It's like if you're
Well, not
in,
like the lie that we're being sold.
I just like the cults. If you're in something and everyone's like focusing on the same thing, it's called polarization. If you can get
yes.
everybody focused on one thing, their logic goes out the window and it's
Yes.
all emotion.
So I was gonna say I use pieces of that tactic sometimes when I need to, like I'll literally pull the focus, like if someone, because I need them to get on board with the bit, so I'll pull the focus and just like kind of throw some shit out there, and then people get all mad.
And they get all
God,
emotional.
I found the recipe
Yeah.
for Mass
And
Hysteria.
that's what leads to lack of due process, because
Yep.
all you could do is say, I saw her do some witch shit, and she'd automatically be put in jail and like tortured basically until she said she was or wasn't. Like she'd die if she said she wasn't.
Right.
She'd die if she said she was.
Right.
So,
So there's, I mean, I might as
either
well
way.
start practicing witch
people
shit if
still
I
do
wasn't.
that. I mean, that's still being done today
Oh, yeah.
in
Yeah.
everyday life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people gather together, and then rumor, and it causes pretty much a snowball effect.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
worse now because like it's that cancel culture, man. Mm-hmm. That's what the witch trials have turned into, is cancel culture. Listen, we don't all know shit until we know shit. So like have a little grace and forgiveness for people. Now if they keep fucking up and do some dumb shit, yeah, call them on it. But also, 15 years ago, I'm just saying this this is my PSA. 15 years ago, the world looked different. People talk different. Like, there's been so much more education. So people, if you need to go back on a celebrity's thing and find something dumb that they said back, like, please put all that effort into actually making shit better today. Done, son. That's my PSA. I just can't take
it. The more you know. Bling. So, bringing it back a little bit.
Bringing it back.
Boop, to the. Boop, are we going to like 740
no.
DC?
No, we're coming back.
Oh, okay.
To the 1980s.
I'm feeling excited about this one. I hope it was dancing at the malls.
It was not.
Damn it. Oh my God, are flash mobs mass hysteria?
No,
maybe.
Because you plan that.
Yeah, it's controlled. No. It's like it's super controlled.
You plan that. You practice flash mobs.
If I saw a flash mob, I'd want to dance and wouldn't know the choreography.
But you would,
exactly.
So but that's the issue is that you don't know the choreography.
Hysteria.
A lot of the people from from the flash mobs know the choreography.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you have the history of flash mobs down.
I need the history. That's the whole point of flash mobs. Like, half the people know the choreo. Like, they've practiced it, and then, like, all of a sudden they, like, converge on an area.
Yeah, I'm going to be that motherfucker who fucks it up. Yeah. Like, just sees it happening in the mall. Like, and then just see, like,
that's fine.
Right, anyway.
The Hollingwell incident, July 1980. Nottinghamshire.
Okay, first
England.
off. Oh, damn it. I was hoping, because that almost sounded like my neighborhood in Tennessee. I
what
lived
would
in
that
Nottingham Woods. Oh, no, we lived in Sherwood, and we would throw it up. We'd be like, Sherwood?
That
like,
has nothing to do with
Nottinghamshire. Yes, it does, because we had a road named Nottingham. It was all named Friar Tuck. I lived off in Friar Tuck Street.
Robin Hood.
Yes, it was. I was all Robin Hood planned. Like, it was the coolest ass thing.
What did you throw up again?
What?
The Shire. What was that?
No, I'm not doing it again. That was
embarrassing.
Nope.
Sure
Rewind. If you want to see it, you'll have to rewind.
You did it so willingly, though.
It was Sherwood. Like, you gotta throw it. Look, so the S and the W.
You had to do two. That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much work. You do one.
Girl, don't come from my
one
game.
hand sign.
It is. It's just this. It was whatever. We weren't that fancy.
It was
we
a
weren't
short.
a real gang.
It was a short-lived gang. It lasted like a weekend.
15-year-olds. Yeah, I mean,
they broke up because they couldn't decide on the color.
This is actually probably more factual than you realize.
All right. So there was a junior brass and marching band competition being held.
Oh my God, I'm already into this. What is going to happen?
500 kids. All from marching bands around the city. The city. So, it started around 9ish.
At night?
No, in the morning.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, this feels a little late for Mass Hysteria. I'm trying to get to bed early. I'd have to leave.
9 a.m. At 10:30, all of a sudden, a band member collapses. Followed by...
okay, is it hot?
Followed by Morse. But it's not just the band members. It's those in the crowd.
Oh, wow.
They're all just passing
women's. It is man's.
That's an act of God.
It is babies.
Something is happening.
Even babies.
They were gassed. What happened?
So, they all collapsed. Hold on. With symptoms of vomiting, sore eyes, throats, sore throat, dizziness. Around 300 children, adults, and babies passed out collectively.
How long?
They didn't say.
Oh, okay. I just wondered.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because that's really scary. Like, as a mom, I was like, oh my God, if
if your baby passed out,
and then then I pass out.
I think.
And then, oh my gosh.
People were like transported to hospitals, and I think 8 of the like band kids were like stayed overnight, but I don't think any of the babies or the adults themselves had any issues. You know what happened? Aliens. Swear to God. No, they needed like the field or some shit. They were observing they needed the field.
I don't know. Maybe like
they couldn't wait.
Watched Men in Black. Like they just and they all passed out. And
but why didn't everybody pass out then?
Because it's a radius thing and it's a laser thing. So it's like a prism. And if it doesn't catch you right, then you get past it.
Maybe the
Maybe you got
aliens-
personal force fields.
Maybe the aliens were in the marching competition. Aliens,
and
you
they
may
thought they
take
were
the
gonna-
field.
Ding, ding,
And
I'm a
then
band nerd.
maybe-
The drum majors have to do their salute before
Which one
they
of their-
take the
Oh my
field.
God.
Yeah.
Do your aliens, do they look more like Star Trek aliens, or do your aliens look more like aliens? Aliens?
Well, there's
Well, aliens is a very covered word,
Yeah.
so anything not
Well,
of
I
Earth.
have a mix of
Is-
like ones that look like Avatar.
So Star Trek aliens is the same as equal to.
Wow. Okay.
Because-
I've learned a lot. Like
You guys know the species
care.
of
Like
aliens?
yes,
It's
I was gonna
weird.
say no. This is some nerd shit. Like they are down with this. Like they will bust down some alien shit. And
I mean,
I'm
I've seen it.
partially fascinated by this, but I'm also like,
Alien just means.
What else did we learn
Alien is
about?
just a cover word.
Yeah.
Like it just means not of our world.
right.
So anything is
it's a
alien.
relative term.
Right, but in my head is what I'm telling you. My marching band of aliens had a very mixed crew. It was quite diverse with alien things.
Did
Some
they
had
look
tentacles.
like Avatar?
No, some had tentacles. Some had avatars.
Was it
some
like
looked like
Jabba
little
the Hutt's
monsters.
bar or something?
Some looked like that. Yes, some. I don't know what it was. It was
That'd
very
be weird.
interesting.
That would
Yeah.
be interesting to see. That would be scary.
That's
those-
what happened, though.
But
Well,
those
we could
babies-
ask them about those
babies
aliens.
passed out.
Those babies would know.
Those babies would know.
All of them babies.
Maybe.
So a lot of people thought maybe contaminated water or food, because they were giving like water and like little snacks and stuff. But
The silent gas.
well, actually getting into that, the fields around the area that they were marching were sprayed with pesticide
No, that was it. 1980s. That was before DDT.
that had
Right.
tridemophorin claxion.
Basically DDT. Right?
Basically some shit that will knock your ass out.
Well, yeah, because when did they outlaw like DDT and pesticides? Because I remember being a kid growing up in the 80s, and I remember watching croppers go and spray their fields, and it was all straight pesticides from like an airplane. I remember watching that shit, and
Yeah.
like, not gonna lie, if you were close enough, that you could smell that shit.
This one, this pesticide was banned in the 2000s, but it wasn't banned yet. It was still considered safe in the 1980s.
Right.
But it was
So it's some
sprayed
fucked up
like
shit.
it was sprayed the week of and the day of.
Oh, and I bet it was hot out there.
Oh, it probably
and then
was.
things were moving around, and it probably landed. And
So
I
they
bet
were
they
just
just busted up the grass, and the grass was like, "Oh, release the DDT," and then that's how everybody got poisoned.
Just
Just
Like,
yes,
yeah.
release.
That's what I'm saying. I bet
that's what gas sounds
happened.
like.
Like they had that gas bubble on their shoulder.
It's like, guys, today was
Oh
a
my
day.
God, guys, let's
Oh,
release this
it's
gas.
just release.
Oh my God.
Listen,
Oh.
I
Did
just
you
solved
eat
that
this
crime,
pesticide?
and you guys are laughing at me. Where's my reward? I just solved this.
But the government will not recognize this because this was
So-
a like a side investigation, but the government still says it's mass hysteria.
Yeah.
So what we need is a documentary on Netflix about this. We already claimed it.
Oh, okay.
We just
There's
claimed
already
it.
a BBC documentary.
It's
On the
not on
BBC.
Well,
On the
I want to do it
BBC.
better.
You want to
People
do
will
the?
find
I want to do.
We're gonna
characters.
Americanize it.
I want to make
Fuck yeah.
characters where you're vested in the characters, and that's the final part. Is they pass out and nothing happens from it. I am Night Shyamalan, y'all.
Psh, legit.
On the
Alright.
BBC.
Strawberries with sugar.
I like
Strawberries
this.
with shit.
I want to like a little.
A flourish.
Yeah.
No, she wants like a
All right.
sparkly rainbow, like but
Say it
not
again.
rainbow. I want one. Too.
No. Say the thing that you're
Strawberries.
just ling on.
Strawberries with sugar.
Oh yeah, yours is way better than mine.
Okay.
AKA morangos com açúcar.
Okay.
Portuguese teen drama.
Okay, can I watch this? Is it on
Maybe.
YouTube?
I don't know if it was. It's
I have no idea.
in 2006.
Okay.
Bringing it up a little bit in the 2000s. There was an episode where these teens that was going to school had a life-threatening virus.
Right.
Like just out overnight.
Well, it was a whole episode that played out. Like they had a
Okay.
whole thing, and like everybody in the episode was getting the virus.
Happens. The
Yeah.
people watching the TV. All right, tell
The
us.
teens that were watching it all of a sudden came to school and started having quote unquote those symptoms.
Right.
So the school had to like close down. Like all these children were saying they were sick, they were having this virus and everything. A whole thing came out of that shit.
Oh, I would be so angry at my kids if they came back and were like, "Yo, I watched this TV show and now I feel sick like this." I'd be like, "The fuck, go to school. No, we're not doing this."
Well,
This
the
some
school had to
bullshit.
close because
Well,
they
I don't care. I'm the last
even
one picking
though-
up my kids because I think it's stupid. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in an hour.
because even
Not
though
coming.
like it might be based on that, like just public health wise, you kind of do have to
Yeah.
be like, yo,
It's like
everybody
a
has
mom
to
it
threat.
stay
Yeah,
does
home.
take it
make
serious.
sense,
Yeah.
but at the same token, the F.
Yeah, basically, because then like it just made a big issue as always with what kids watch, how it affects them and things like that.
Wait,
like
is
everybody
this why we are like parents are the way they are now?
probably should.
Oh man, mass hysteria.
Well, the kids did the mass hysteria. It's just like adults have to do the back end of mass hysteria. But yeah, the strawberries with sugar caused a bunch of mass hysteria because a lot of kids acted like they had the symptoms.
And it's delicious.
And I mean, strawberries
They
with
really
sugar,
are.
like watermelon was
little bit of
with
sugar?
sugar or salt.
Just a twinge. Just a little twinge of salt.
See, I
Just a
don't.
twinge.
You don't like the
I gotta
salt?
try it again.
Yeah,
It's
just a
been
little bit.
Quite a
Just a
few
twinge.
years since I've tried it.
Yeah. So I mean,
Now I want some fruit.
but the show kept running after that. I mean, it did not stop the show at all.
Well, no, it probably made it more popular.
Yeah, probably.
Everyone, let's watch the fainting scene where they all get fucked up and see if it happens. Just saying.
So I think we're a little bit more familiar with the clown sightings 2016.
Yeah.
Was that mass
I remember
hysteria?
Was
I
it not?
saw. Okay, but hold on.
I'll tell you why it
Someone in our
wasn't.
neighborhood put a
Or
red
why it was,
balloon
excuse me.
coming out the sewer drain. Like they had literally dropped, and it was like, just remember that?
No.
That's more it.
Yes, but that was like clown.
I guess
shit.
it was clown shit.
It was weird though because I drove past
Was it
and-
around that time?
Yes.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, somebody's funny as shit. I was like,
Someone's
either
being a
that-
funny bitch.
That's
Old-
exactly how I was.
You
I
old
was like,
bitch. Yeah. Someone's
somebody's
being
funny as shit. I was like, that's some funny shit though.
They all float down here, Georgie.
I mean, yeah.
They should have put a paper plane
But I
stuck
remember
to it.
doing that because it was like, didn't we see one time when we were driving down Benton too? Yes, we did. You don't
clown?
remember? Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Supposedly,
Like, we were like, the fuck is that? And then we were really freaked out.
yeah, supposedly there was some in Effingham that popped up and shit, and I was like, well, I don't live there anyway.
Here's
so I
my
don't give a
thing
fuck.
though. What if this was literally the greatest prank ever? Like it was a coordinated effort to raise awareness about clowns.
Not about clowns, but I'll tell
Okay,
you
tell
how
me.
it started.
Please, because I don't know how it started.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Always.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Always. It's, oh gosh.
And go
now-
get the cheese.
Oh, you got some
Dennis
cheese
is
curds
joining
in
us
there.
That's why I named your guy.
Watch here and
Dennis. Oh
Denny
yeah, did
or
you name
Dennis?
your? Wait, but he's from Chicago. Like
That's fine.
No, my name's Denny. Dennis is from Chicago.
That's
Denny.
exactly it. Denny.
I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin, like the Packers, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
See, my voice is a little more gruff. It's a completely different person.
Is it?
Same racism, different person.
Same racism.
I don't mind the black guys so much. I know a couple good ones. Just, some of those Puerto Ricans just don't.
Okay, I always want a disclosure every time from like here on out. There needs to be a disclosure. I'm like, Rachel is not condoning.
My two racist dudes never say anything specifically wrong with
No,
Puerto
it's like
Ricans.
just
They just bring
But
them up and
it's
walk
just
away.
right though. It's just enough to where you know.
Not to get fired.
Well, man.
Okay.
You're out of the frame.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. A clown was roaming around a vacant parking lot. And some people took a videos of this, and it went viral. It went everywhere.
So they were the masterminds.
A Facebook account popped up with the name Gags with this clown. The clown was named Gags, supposedly.
Someone's smart.
But it just turned out to be a movie stunt. The
Yep.
movie named Gags about a clown, a murderous clown.
But wait, has anyone seen? Has this movie been released?
Yeah, it was released
It was
in
that
2016.
Or they
It
didn't
was
have
an
any
independent
budget.
film.
Yeah, so they
So
had
is
to do
that
some shit
listen?
like this.
My brother was in an independent film too, and let's just say it was that awful. Okay, thanks. So Gags, I'm gonna
I
watch
haven't
it.
seen it. Well, yeah, I wonder. I didn't look it up, so
We
I'm
should
not
do that.
100% sure where you can find
Because it might
but,
not
I mean,
exist.
It's hot garbage.
It's that
It's
bad.
Gavin. Ew, Andre, you nasty bitch. Anyways,
That was aggressive.
my bad.
She really leaned into it. She leaned into it, bitch.
So, bye. So, anyways, because of this viral video, clowns popped up everywhere from the US, Canada, even UK, and Australia. She was like, fuck you, bitch. Andre took Nate's spot. That's right.
And he did it with such precision.
So, this brought on clown costume bans because
What?
it was just a lot. Like,
That's a
people
lot.
were reporting clowns like chasing them, scaring them. It was
Listen.
it was a lot of mass hysteria, literally.
Well,
People
would
were
you
calling
freak
it,
out, though?
well, fuck yeah, I don't like clowns.
mean-
But that's why it created this. And
Yeah.
like a ban on clown costumes. It was a really bad.
That was true. I forgot about that.
It was a
did
really
ban
bad
that.
year for professional clowns
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
who do not do scary shit.
I mean, the job is a little scary.
It's
From
a little
every
scary.
angle.
It's a little
From
scary.
every
It's a
angle.
little creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they banned, you could not buy it because this also happened around Halloween. So like you could not buy a clown costume around that time because they were trying to like cut back on the fucking craziness that was happening.
Damn, Daniel. That was insane. Yeah.
Even Ronald McDonald didn't make much of an appearance in the last half.
Yeah, he was really being
Yeah,
playing
he
it
was
safe.
very
He was playing it
silent.
like COVID safe.
Mike
before
Donald
we had
said
that.
no, we can't do that. So and of course, you know, supposedly there was going to be a clown purge on Halloween.
What the
Sweet.
fuck? I never heard that. Like
Kill
that's
'em
not
all.
okay.
Just gonna
Or maybe
go
the
door to
clowns
door.
were doing the purging.
But yeah, the clown was doing the
Yeah,
like
we're-
it was the clowns doing a purge type thing.
Oh my gosh.
And there was only a family in guess where? Florida.
Florida.
Always.
That had that had been attacked, quote unquote, but it wasn't nothing fatal or anything.
Well,
So it was
that's
just
good.
a group of assholes dressed up like clowns. So
Well,
Other
that's
than
like
that.
every day on the stock market. Oh, I keep
Oh,
them
there she
coming.
is. There she is.
I keep them coming. Okay, that
But-
one was a good mom joke.
yeah, that was. I mean, a lot of clips. Like now in this age, mass hysteria
Something else. It's like,
is a little easier. Because even though you're not
yeah, you
isolated,
can
you
reach
are
so many
isolated
people,
though.
though.
Yeah. Because if you only look at one side of stuff,
yeah,
like
which our news
yeah.
is geared to present that.
exactly.
So yeah, if you're not intelligent enough to do the research, that is easy.
And the clown sightings were on what people would call mainstream media.
they were.
So it was like being brought to you, and then you go on like freaking
Facebook
YouTube,
or any of the
Facebook,
socials,
yeah,
yep.
and Instagram, and you'll see like these creepy clowns near woods coming out. So
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's
it
not
just
okay.
I think it feels it a little bit more being,
Because everyone
so
has
connected.
Are you coming
somewhere
out?
where there's
Are you coming out?
trees.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
a
you're right,
cluster.
Rachel. Everybody has trees.
I mean, it's relatable. It I don't know. Esther's laughing at me, not with me. I can feel it. It took me a second. I was being serious.
I guess unless you live in like New York, because there's much.
Still trees in Central Park. Trust me. When they see a
in
clown,
Central
if
Park,
they see a clown coming out of a tree, and like that's the image they're seeing,
that's
everyone
creepy,
is thinking of their
Nobody
own
wants that.
forest or clump of trees. Everyone can relate to that, Esther.
Oh no, I forgot to look up how to say this word.
Let me see.
Because I forgot that we were doing the part 2, and I forgot this word was in here.
Starine?
No, that is not it.
Sriracha.
No.
Something Girls Center in Kenya.
It's either
Starship?
Starchi or Starshay Girls Center in Kenya.
Sorry.
Let's say Shay.
Yeah, I butchered that.
I forgot.
We'll say
No,
the
but
Girls
it
Center
doesn't
in
even
Kenya.
sound like that because I heard somebody say that in a video. Whatever. We're gonna Americanize it like we always we like to do in America.
Like you Americanizing.
We'll just Starshay Girls Center in Kenya. 52 students isolated, of course.
Right.
Women.
I mean, it's a Girls Center.
as always.
I've seen me a theme right here.
October 2019.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Before the pandemics and shit.
Right there.
Some of the girls started with a high-pitched cough, sneezing, and low-grade fever.
Whoa.
What time in 2019?
October.
3
Man,
o'clock.
this is the fucking... This is COVID.
No.
All right, keep going.
But they're
Tell me how it's not COVID.
But they're in like an ice. But they're not coming into contact with people like from.
Guess what? Remember, it
in
came
planes
on
and
boxes
stuff.
when we first... They have to get supplies. Just saying. Prove this one too. All right, go ahead. Keep going. I want to know.
I don't know. They didn't say that. But so specimens, of course, were collected.
What they find?
The common flu.
Oh wow.
Oh, it just kicked
On
their ass.
only two
their
of-
common flu on, like,
but only
on
2
steroids,
girls.
basically.
But only on 2 girls.
What
So
did they find in the other girls?
exactly, mass hysteria.
They tested for that like a mouth swab.
They
Esther?
didn't test for
Like, you
it.
got
They
something
didn't
with
have.
you to go.
They didn't have it.
Oh,
but they were acting like they
Oh.
had the symptoms, and that's why it's mass
You know
hysteria.
what I'm wondering about mass hysteria? So it seems to be when a lot of women are together.
Yes.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah, I mean,
is it
Don't
linked
agree
to-
with
well,
this.
No. But I'm saying seriously
It's a
though. So like,
theme.
if you live in a household with a bunch of women, you know that like periods and things get linked.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it is just one of those circumstances where like, holy shit, half of the town is linked, and now there's like this magic orb of power
or some
that is
witch
just like,
shit.
yeah,
Or
basically
some
witch shit. That's
Yeah,
what I'm describing.
So
Well,
yeah,
I would be
That's-
afraid of women if I
That's
were.
what-
But
witchy.
You.
well, I mean, and then a lot of these places, like this girls' school, like it's girls. So if your friend says she has this weird cough and a fever and stuff, like, aren't you kind of gonna
Well, yes,
go
teenage girls
with that
always
too?
we could literally come take photos of my children, and we'll see that every day because we all know that some of them are maybe in a phase.
And that's why a lot of those girls actually from the center got psychological like evaluations, and they're
That was
getting
really progressive.
yeah, they were getting they were having like group therapy and shit like that. Cause I mean, you know, and it's also not a very like money worth place, unfortunately,
So I
right
just
at
want
this
to point
moment
that out real
where
quick.
they're coming from.
So you're telling me 52 girls were basically affected by this, and so
Only
they
2 of
determined
them.
that only 2 were actually physically sick. This other
Right.
piece is like psychological, and then they got them mental health services.
Yeah.
Whoa, is Kenya more progressive than America?
At this moment.
I said it.
At this moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
shasty tonight.
I do not understand what you are saying.
That's perfect.
But I mean, like, it comes from a lot of background issues, like, you know, with the nuns, they're in poverty.
Yeah,
You're 25-8 with these other bitches.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not
and
living a great,
You're a,
interesting life, and you were forced into it.
and you're a teenager.
And you're,
And
well,
your
yeah.
hormones are insane. So, like, all of that mixed in together, no
And you
way,
want to
dude.
be with a crowd, not
Yes.
against it.
Oh my
so a lot of
gosh.
people would rather
The peer
act
pressure.
like they have those symptoms instead, and like maybe
That's
they
how
do
we
feel it
change the
because
world, Esther.
other people have it. So it's like, well, I must have it because I've been around them.
I've got my second cult. It's going to be a cult of teenage girls, and I'm going to use their mass hysteria causing ways to change the world.
No, they're
for the
going to turn
positive.
That's a
on you.
lot.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
I was
turn
about to
on you.
say no.
You're right. I need one that's their age that's a leader. I think I'm going to make Naomi the leader. She's very small but mighty.
Having
So
a
I
cult
feel-
made up of all teenage girls.
Do you have any idea
it
how
seemed
much?
Like,
That
Well,
just
first
You're
sounds
gonna-
so cringe.
You're only going to be able to do one thing,
And they'll age
and that's
out.
it. Because listen, I have a plan. So you like, yes, you only get one shot at this. So this
Yes.
is a very short-lived cult. Like it's gonna
Yes.
have like a max of like 3 years max.
Okay.
So you have to make the perfect plan. But all that rage and anger, dude, you can change the world with
what
that
I'm
shit.
saying is
Like-
that you can't control it. That's like saying you're going to tame a lion.
Listen, I'm not going to control it. They are for the greater good. I'm going to help them
Yeah,
understand
but-
what the
Greater
greater good
good.
is. Because I am the cult leader. So
You
do you hear
can-
the voice I'm using? It's my cult voice.
You can raise a tiger up from a calf and love it and give it a name, but the second it realizes it's a tiger and
It's
that
over
you're
with.
not, it's over
Well,
with.
it's
Well,
a
that's
good
why
thing
That's what
Rachel
those
said
teenage
3
girls are.
years.
It was, yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a very
Let's
short-lived
say turn
cult.
16,
have
you
to-
go flap.
Yep, you gotta like get up in there, channel that. I'm about to like make a secret sauce, basically.
I'd rather fight a teenage gorilla than be in a room
I bet you-
with 50.
That's what I was going to
with
say.
50
Female,
teenage girls.
no, hell no.
I'd rather fight
no.
a teenage gorilla than be in a room with 50
Listen, I got
teenage girls.
2 teenage girls in my house, and I would rather be anywhere other than there. Like some days, I'm like, fuck that, and I only have 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, mass hysteria
Mass hysteria.
caused by women. It's our power of our vaginas that
I
apparently
mean, it
cause
might be.
So it's that witchy shit.
That
Yeah.
B shit.
That's my synopsis.
If you
Either that
haven't-
or it's gas and aliens.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the government or aliens. There's 3 things.
probably all
witchy
3.
women. Yeah.
It's all 3
When you
combined.
get all 3 combined, watch out.
Bam.
If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and a witch ain't one. Hit me.
Actually, you have way more witches than you imagine. Pretty much all of your female friends have been
Yeah.
witchy.
In that voodoo shit.
You collect them.
I do. I really do. Witchy women and eccentric
was-
white dudes.
Well, I was also going to say,
Oh,
whatever
white
that
dudes.
DVD, Smokey and the Bandit, too.
Yeah.
You collect that, too?
Yeah, that was probably S's.
That was not.
Side dude.
I've never watched that movie in my life.
Yeah,
We're
me
going
neither.
to, though. Well, we need to. All
Do
right.
we? So this has been Theory Tuesday. And just to bring up, the Georgia Guidestones were recently blown up this week.
What?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Rach-
Somebody was talking about
Yeah,
that up in,
so-
it's like Elton County or
Yeah.
something like that.
So the next theory will be about the Guidestones because we still don't know who it was that it was supposedly a group of people that okayed the project, but we still don't know whom. And also, well, no, I'm not going to put too much into this
Yes,
because it's
don't
still in
give
my
away
theory.
the secrets.
But like, I'm so excited because maybe some other shit will come out before it because we still have a month next until like the next Theory Tuesday. So maybe more shit will come out.
This is going to give Esther so much time to prep the best story. I'm very excited for this.
But like, RIP those Guidestones.
It's so hard
to say goodbye to
the-
yesterday.
Okay, we're ending on that, right? Okay, we're done. Bye.